Welcome back to Tomb and Tomb Cryptmaster. We're playing the solitaire game with one adventuring party. Last time, Axe and Hammer toasted by a devious and horrible trap. Our wizard Ravenwild went back to the inn, recruited some more adventurers, and we are coming right back to the tomb that was our undoing last time. There are 3 cards remaining. We're going to get right into this. Going back for revenge. Well, the wizard's going back for revenge. The other characters were killed. All right, let's set up, head into that crypt, and see what's left in there to pillage. Okay, so here we are in the crypt, and we are about to face the last 3 cards that were in there. And there is indeed a monster present. And this monster is the Shadow Wolf. And the Shadow Wolf has some pretty good attack dice, and his ability is the first attack targeting Shadow Wolf each round does no damage. So each round, I'm assuming it's each combat round, will do no damage. Okay, well, he is the only monster, so you know that with remaining cards, you know what they have to be, because we do curses, traps, monsters, and then treasures. All right, so the first attack, there are some abilities here that we need to deal with immediately. And one of them has a reaction. Serval rolls his green dice to attack before the monsters on each combat round. Well, that's not quite now. The bow react, though, says before a combat round, roll skill. Inflict a number of wounds equal to your total successes on one opponent. Now, again, interpreting things, this says the first attack targeting Shadow Wolf each round does no damage. Well, this bow effect is outside of the first combat round because it's before a combat round. So the damage that would be assigned here will be actually inflicted on the Shadow Wolf, and then we get into the combat rounds. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So let's take a look at his bow ability. It says before combat, roll skill. So his total skill is going to be 3 green. He is going to have 2 blue and 1 red. So he's got a pretty good pool of dice with the composite bow, and he attacks and does 1 damage. So that is going to be 1 damage on the Shadow Wolf, and that's it. He has 4 hit points. Okay, that's not too bad. So we'll, and now we get into the combat rounds, which of course monsters go first. However, Serval's ability says when Serval rolls his green dice to attack before the monsters on each combat round. He has 4 green attack dice, but this is now the combat round. So this attack, if it does any hits, the Shadow Wolf will take no damage. So it don't really matter what we get. The Shadow Wolf takes no damage. Am I reading that correctly? Yes. On each combat round. So that was the first attack targeting the Shadow Wolf, was his react ability during this combat round. So you got to look at all the timing of everything, which can get a little complicated in the game with all the interaction card abilities. Okay, so now the Shadow Wolf gets his attack. He has 3 green, 2 blue, and 1 red, and we have to assign a defender. And I'm going to assign Huntress Volda, because if she dies, we're going to grab a whole bunch of in cards. It sounds heartless. She has 3 hit points. The wolf does 2 damage. Okay. So she does not die, but she does take 2 wounds. And now it is the adventuring party's turn to attack. And now all of them will get to do their attacks. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to have our wizard make a straight attack. With green dice, she gets 4 green dice, 5 green dice, and because she has 1 reactability, when you wound a monster, you kill him. So if we get 1 success on her green dice, because of the Demon Slayer arrows, she will just kill the Shadow Wolf. Boom, 2 damage. The Shadow Wolf is slain by this ability on the special Demon Slayer arrows. This Shadow Wolf is worth 6 experience. It gets added to our pile. And that is fantastic. All right. And now we get to plunder the rest of the tomb. And of course, the only 2 cards left are treasures. First treasure we find after slaying the Shadow Wolf is the figurine of trickery. And it says gain +2 blue skill dice. When revealed, draw an in card, even if you bank this card, or the card is lost to another player. So I'm revealing it, obviously, right now. We get an in card, and I'm going to stick this card, treasure card, onto our fighter rogue, giving him 2 extra blue skill dice, which is excellent. And we get to draw an in card. So I think I'm going to draw an item card, and we get... Ooh, this could be good. The item card we find, or that we get, is full plate. That's excellent. Your party has -4 move, which in the solitaire game means nothing. However, you gain 3 hit points. Wow, that is really beefy. You know what? I'm going to stick that with our wizard. Our wizard now is just buffed right up. She has 5 extra hit points. She has a total of 7 hit points now with that. And the last treasure that we find is we find a dwarven shield. And this is a skill 3 blue holiness dice. And it says before this character is wounded, negate 2 wounds. So why don't we put that on our cleric fighter? It's the only cleric we have. And that's going to be able to help in the future. All right. That's basically the end of plundering that crypt. We have 3 crypts left. I'm going to do a healing attempt right now. She's going to try to heal herself. Volda, she gets 1 red, 2 blue, and 1 green dice, and every success is going to be 1 wound removed. Whoops, throw it in here. And that was a success, so we actually had 2 successes because I knocked the dice that was already there. And she gets to remove the 2 wounds. All right, not as effective as hammer and axe, but still pretty respectable. Back to the tomb we go. Okay, back into the tomb we are. So we've cleared out this crypt. Let's move over to this 4-card crypt. And yes, I did forget about the treasure that was attached to Volda, which gave her +3 blue holiness dice. She should have used that when she was doing her heal. However, she already did 2 successes on healing, so that did not matter too much. All right, let's get set up for this 4-card crypt and see if we can clean it out. Or maybe we'll perish in the attempt. We don't know. Let's find out. Okay, so here we are, and the first thing we have to deal with is we have to deal with a trap, and it's a Sigil of Strength trap. Okay, and what we need is to we have character 1 or more, so I guess as many as we feel like it. And to disarm, we can either use skill or we can use magic. So of course, I think I'm just going to use the skill. We're going to have our fighter rogue. We're just going to add up all of the, well, of course, the cleric fighter has no skill ability. Our wizards have skill ability though, so we're going to have the 2 wizards, so we'll give us 2 skill in blue, 1 skill in green, plus 3 more for the egg, and he gets 3 green skills, and he gets 4 blue skill dice. So we have a huge pile of skill dice to roll. I think we only needed 4 successes. And we get more than 4. We've got 5. Okay, so not a whole lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, 7. Anyway, tons of successes. Not a problem at all to avoid that trap. All right, just clean the dice out of here. And so we have passed this. We needed 4 skill, and we get 6 experience points. So that gets added to our pile. Well, we've got a nice hefty pile. And the next thing we need to run into, of course, is monsters. And there are 2 of them. However, well, let's have a look. The first one we have is Shadow Breath. Okay. Pretty evil-looking character. Lots of attack dice. It says, when revealed, draw 1 spell card and attach it to Shadow Breath. So she gets a spell card. And the spell card we're going to attach is, this, looking at that character, this is appropriate. Doom of the Heavens. That sounds nasty. And it is a battle effect. Make a magic roll. Inflict a wound on one enemy per success. Each party in the tomb, including yours, suffers one wound per success. Players distribute wounds for their parties. Discard this card. Okay, so it's a one-shot spell that she will be able to cast. We'll put her here, and I believe that's going to be pretty nasty for us. However, the next monster that is in the crypt is Albric, and Albric is an angel, or looks like it. And this is really cool. It says, when revealed, Albric immediately joins the raiding party, regardless of party size. So he is fighting with us. You gain his experience if he is in your party at the end of the game. While he's only worth 3, I think we're not going to bother. And he has a battle ability, remove one of your bank cards from the game and remove all wounds from your party. So he actually joins us. So we'll stick him here with our adventurers. Cool. All right. So let's see. I believe now our fighter rogue has some abilities. And he's going to use his bow. Before a combat round, roll skill. Inflict a number of wounds equal to your total successes on one opponent. So, but he also has his own innate ability, which is roll green dice before monsters on each combat round. Okay, so before the combat round, roll a skill. So we're going to do his bow right now. So he rolls his skill. He has 3 green and 4 blue. All right, so this is the before a combat round. So you can only use this once, and this is going to inflict damage. 1, 2, 3, 4 hit points of damage. His composite bow managed to take this character right, or this monster right out, only 4 hit points, before it could even cast a spell. It's worth 5 experience points. Onto the pile it goes for us, and that spell would be discarded because it didn't get used. We can't keep it. So that is the monster disposed of. Now our party, of course, needs to go down to 4. So thanks, Albric, I guess for nothing. Away he goes, and we will just get rid of him. I don't think we're going to bother. And of course, the last thing in this crypt is a treasure card, and it is Bruenor's Mail. So it's a magic plate of armor. And its armor, your party has -3 move, which means nothing. However, react. When monster cards are revealed, gain +1 hit point and +1 blue attack for each monster in the crypt till the end of the turn. We're going to attach that to our cleric fighter. Buff her up a little bit. All right. That is the end of that. We have 2 crypts remaining in our tomb to plunder, and then we're going to add up our score at the end. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking the videos. If you do, join me next time when we will possibly finish off the game with the last 2 crypts. And again, thanks for watching.